Right, so today I am sorting through my comic collection. I became a comic nerd. So at the beginning of lockdown, was it? So, like spring maybe, or late winter of 2020, I was playing Batman Arkham Knight. And I just sort of was like, I'm really enjoying this game. Decided at one point, I'll read a Batman comic. I've never read a proper Batman comic. So I just looked it up. Should I start reading Batman? And they were all saying Year One. Batman Year One was the first one you got to read from Frank Miller and Dan Mazzucchelli, I think his name is. And yeah, so I got that, I read that, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. And then I just started reading more and more, like Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, Hush, Killing Joke. Then I went on to basically find out my own stuff, what I wanted to read. And so that's sort of what it started with that. That's how I started reading comics. And so I've collected that box over there. It looks really small in the distance, obviously. It's in the distance. It's every issue that I've collected since I started collecting issues. It just started with graphic novels. That box is now full. It's really heavy, even though it's just paper. I wanted to sort of organise it, arrange it into each series that I have collected. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, and I thought I sort of just wanted to show off what I've got because it's pretty much just a personal video for me. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the first issue I have here is Joker 80th anniversary, and it was 100 pages long. I think it was just a bunch of short stories involving Joker, written by lots of different people, drawn by lots of different people, including Paul Dini, Scott Snyder, Jock, James Tynion IV, Tom Taylor, Dan Mora, Brian Azzarello, Lee Bermejo, and many, many others. Those are the names that stick out most to me because they're people that I recognise from books and comics that I've read. Oh yeah, it's a Forbidden Planet exclusive cover, it seems, by Ben Oliver. I'm pretty sure this is Ben Oliver. So what I've done so far with how I've been collecting them, I've just sort of smushed them in together into the same plastic bag. How they arrived to me. So I buy them almost all through Forbidden Planet. Love Forbidden Planet. Also a few from Ray Gun Comics, which my good friend works at. So shout out to both them comic stores. Okay, so right here I have Joker issue 3. So I do have all the Joker issues so far. I really like the series. I really love the story of Gordon, being traumatized by Joker. Okay, and there's Joker 4. This looks like Perillo. Yeah, it is. Cool. Most of the things I have are variant covers. Not all, but most of them. Just because I don't have all the money to spend, so I tend to just usually just go for the cover of a comic, of an issue, that I like the look of. But yeah, so I'll usually have variant covers because they have more interesting art to me, but not always. Okay, here it is. I have the first Joker issue and the second Joker issue. Okay, so I've actually organised this one pretty well in the box so far, it seems. I'm just going to keep editing it so however I find it, so then I don't have to repeat myself. So the first issue I got of Joker is the one with Punchline. I like her. She's not really cool, but she's not really unique. She's basically the new Harley Quinn. She looks great. I like the design. I'm pretty sure it was George Jimenez, who designed her, I think, in Joker War. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool enough. She's not really present in the Joker series. So I've got this cover for issue 1, this variant cover for issue 2. And yeah, as I said, I really like the Joker series, so I'm going to keep reading that. It's going to finish up pretty soon. So this is issue 5. And then the other thing I have in this bag was the second issue of The Nice House on the Lake. The first issue is in here somewhere. Yeah, this is by James Tynion, who was writing Batman and writing Joker and lots of other great things at the time. So I thought I might as well pick it up, see how it goes. It was DC Black Label, so I thought give it a go. And yeah, I read the first 4 or 5 issues. They're in here somewhere. And then I sort of dropped off. It was good. I did enjoy what I read, but I didn't feel the urge to read anymore, which is a bit of a shame, which is sad, but yeah, that's how it goes. What I have here is The Walking Dead Deluxe. Which issue is this? This is issue 5. On the back, it says original issue by Tony Moore, and this is what it is now by David Finch. David Finch? No, isn't that? No, David Lynch is the director. David Finch, pretty sure, is this artist who did this. He's done some really cool things. I really like the art on these covers. So yeah, I sort of started reading The Walking Dead Deluxe because I was playing Telltale's Walking Dead at the time, so I wanted to read it, and they were printing it and getting it in deluxe with color, which I thought, great, perfect. And then I sort of read up maybe to issue 5, issue 6 or something, really enjoyed it. So then I just I can't be bothered to spend all this money on each issue, so I sort of got the compendium, or the omnibus, the first 50 issues in one big compendium. So that's what I've got. So I've stopped collecting all these individual deluxe issues just because I thought I'll read it and save some money. Also in this bag I have Skybound X's, was it issue 1, issue 0? But yeah, so I read this issue after finishing season 4, the final season of the Telltale games, wanting to see how Clementine's story carries on. And if you know about if you know about Clementine's thing, about this issue and what's happening in June, someone's writing a graphic novel about Clementine's story after the final season of the game. But this issue was not as people expected, myself included. So I'm gonna get the graphic novel when it comes out in June or July, and probably do some sort of lame ass review on that. And yeah, so I don't know how to feel about that, but that's the situation. It's not looking great, but I'm gonna read it, and we're all gonna see if it's okay or really, really disappointing. But hey ho, we'll see. Right, so I've got 4 more Walking Dead. So I assume these are the first. Yes, this is issue 1. This is issue 2. Issue 3? Question mark? Yeah, issue 3. Is this Laurie? I think. And this is their son. What's his name? Can't remember. Okay, right. So what I have here is issue 7 of Deceased Dead Planet. I got this variant cover. I really like this comic cover. Yeah, so there was issue 7, and I've got all the other issues here that I've collected of Deceased Dead Planet. First, for issue 1, I got the Peach Momoko variant of Poison Ivy. This one for issue 2 was black and white, looked pretty nifty. Here's number 3. I really like the zombified heroes. I think they're really sick. There you go. That one's really, really cool. Is that Black Canary being Green Lantern? Something like that. Here's number 5. That's obviously Swamp Thing. Here's what's his name? Gorgon, the big demon guy. And then this one, which is really cool. So yeah, I got a bunch of these ones, which is like that. Next up, we have a Dark Knight's Death Metal presents The Multiverse Who Laughs. My favourite character at the moment is the Batman Who Laughs. It's just my favourite concept for a character. I didn't love this issue. It's supposed to show loads of mini stories about, the dark multiverse and all these characters, but it wasn't actually that special to me, at least. Then another one, basically another sort of thing with Hush, and then after that I got the first issue, I think, of Harley Quinn Future State, and I didn't want to read any more of it, but that's just me. Okay, so we have the first issue of a series, first 2 issues of one of my favourite series that I've ever collected, and that is Geiger by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Yeah, I was right. But man, this series was so good. There's the second issue. I've got the first 2 issues in black and white. Don't know why, but I think these are the second printing, because I wasn't sure. There was nothing that really drew me towards getting this series at first when I first saw it being printed and released. It might have been just after I read Batman 3 Jokers by Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok. And I love that graphic novel, one of my favourite graphic novels of Batman stories, or Joker stories really. And then he made this series, which I have all the issues of, but I just want more Geiger. I love this character, the story was really good, and man, really well written, really like the art, I loved this series so much, and I'll show you all the other issues I've got. Okay, so I have the first issue of The Nice House on the Lake, so now I can finally pair that with the other one that I've got on the floor right now. As I say, I like this series. I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't really get into it. Then I got the first issue of Jenny Zero. I thought the cover looked interesting. I love kaiju stuff. Didn't love it. I mean, it was fine, but I really had no appeal to continue reading it. Then I got the first issue of Witcher's Lament from the Witcher series. Okay, so The Witcher is one of my favourite things ever. I love The Witcher. I love the game, the third game, the second game I'm kind of playing. The series is really good. Love Henry Cavill. And I'm reading the books, so I've read the first 2 books, Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, and now I'm just about to start Blood of Elves. But I love The Witcher, And so I read the graphic novel collection, and I think another one of these series runs. But this first issue is when I sort of fizzled out of my Witcher phase for a little bit. So I read the first issue, I wasn't crazy about it, so I haven't read the other 3 issues of this 4-issue series. But I will one day. The Witch's Lament. It's a really cool cover. You know, it's just Geralt walking away from someone being hung, which reminds me a lot of Hangman's Tree. Okay, here's another series that I've been absolutely loving. Batman Catwoman by Tom King. Drawn mostly by Clay Mann. So far, every single issue I've got is the Jim Lee variant cover. I'm pretty sure it's every single issue of the series. There's issue 1 of Batman Catwoman. Here's issue 2 with some Joker action. Issue 3. So I got this one as well, I think, which is by Clay Mann, the actual, not Clay Man, not Clayman, not Clayface. Here's issue 4. This series is quite confusing because it's 3 timelines, but I think they're displayed mostly quite well because you need to focus on the art being like the costumes of the characters in each timeline. There's issue 5. Is that 5? If I read it, yes, that's 5. So yeah, I've got the rest of those in here too. So now I have a bunch of issues from Detective Comics. I got a bunch of the Lee Bermejo variant covers because they look really nice. This is 1031. Here's 1032, which is the original cover, so not a variant cover. And 1033 as well, also the basic cover, non-variant. I don't know why I didn't go for the variant ones. Maybe I just didn't like them as much. Oh, this one's nice. This is 1034. Don't know who drew that, but it's nice. Yeah, cool cover. I like that cover. Okay, so here's 1035 Detective Comics by Lee Bermejo. There you go. 1036 also by Mr. Bermejo. Pretty cool. I like this guy's art. I'm pretty sure it was him who did Joker by Brian Azzarello. He drew that, which is a very good graphic novel. I like that one a lot. I'm going to end the first video here, and hopefully you guys will watch some other episodes of this series. I've still got loads more issues to go. Stick around! And hopefully if you do like this, let me know. So I'm going to end the first episode here and start the next one immediately. See ya, cheers.